So before starting, I would like to encourage the people outside to come and hear a really interesting story. So if you hear me outside, come in. It's going to be very interesting now. So, hi everybody, my name is David. I'm a co-founder and leading the real estate and operations at Venn. Actually, it's pretty exciting to be here today, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you about our vision of the future of living in cities. I'm a city boy. I grew up in the center of Tel Aviv. The block where I grew up in, similar to the Berlin Kiez, was like a little village. Playing soccer in the street, wandering around in the backyards, climbing trees, or asking a cup of sugar from the neighbors, or even having lunch at our neighbors was something normal. I grew up and I wanted to explore the world and live in communities, so I traveled the world, went to festivals like Burning Man. You can see me with the long hair somewhere around there, and exploring the life in communities, actually. Together with my friends, my best friend from the army, that became my co-founders, we were dreaming about living together in the city, raising our kids, and creating real community. Like many people in our generation, we were looking for the balance between the rhythm, the energy, and the endless opportunities of city, with the intimacy and sense of belonging of the neighborhood of my childhood. And this was really hard to find, because cities have changed. And in the end of the day, you go back to your too small and too tiny apartment, and too expensive, by the way. You don't even know your neighbors, and your home now feels like the loneliest space on earth. And you know what? This is not just my story. It's a global phenomenon. As urbanization levels are soaring, you would expect people's sense of belonging to improve, right? Well, the numbers are telling us a different story. People are actually feeling more and more alone. And I can relate to what the guy from Wonder said before me. It's an endless market of a lot of people that are looking to connect and interact. I can see you nodding here. Well, we can all relate to this feeling. Now let's imagine a different experience in the city that you love. You wake up in the morning, you go out of the house that now feels like home. You go to the next coffee shop where the barista actually knows your favorite cup of coffee. And when you get there, the coffee waits for you because you already ordered it through the neighborhood app. As a remote worker, you do some work in the neighborhood co-working space where you meet Boris, an amazing graphic designer that you can collaborate with in your next project. During lunch, Vinny, the neighborhood digital helper that knows everything that happens in the neighborhood and learns your preferences, suggests to order your weekly grocery and vegetable list. You approve, and it waits for you at home a few hours later. And at the end of your day, Vinny suggests to you, based on your aspired lifestyle, to squeeze a yoga class in the local wellness center that was recently opened by Yoni, who joined the community 3 months ago. This sounds like a great life experience, yeah? Without even mentioning an art and culture center, kids zone, makerspace, and many more. The opportunities to interact and to grow are endless. This is not a dream, actually. This is Venn. Venn is a neighborhood management company, a platform for holistic life experience that combines homes, shared spaces, and local services, all on a neighborhood level, powered by technology, and we call it a new way of urban neighboring. Do you want to know how we do it? I will tell you. First thing is to choose the right neighborhood. Based on urban data analytics, we find the neighborhoods where there is enough room for us to bring real value with our product. The second thing is to join and collaborate with long-term real estate players to ensure responsible and long-term investment in the neighborhoods we work in, and to secure enough space for our growing community. Third, we create a core community of founding members. We search the neighborhood for the change makers, the local influencers, the co-creators that will create the neighborhood of their dreams, because we don't know what they want in their neighborhood, in their culture. Then we had the layer of Venice that connects neighbors to the neighborhood and interacts both in the digital and the physical world. We use technology in 3 levels. First, smart city data analytics tools to manage assets and resources efficiently. Second, an internal platform that enables us to work more efficiently, automate our processes, and scale. Third, we have an app that connects all the neighborhood and the neighbors to manage their life, to know what's happening in the neighborhood, and to collaborate with each other. And then the fun part is just to sit back and watch the community create its magic. I want you to meet Yogev. Yogev had a dream to open a pizza place. He's a Venn member in Tel Aviv, and together with his friends and with Venn, he opened the first pizza place in the neighborhood, the Pizza People. And like Yogev, we have Efrat who wanted to open the coffee shop, Oren who wanted to open an art and culture center, and Tal, that together with Venn, opened the Waldorf nursery for the neighborhood kids. Look, we believe in people, and we believe that people can make a change in the neighborhood where they live in. And together with Venn, big things can happen. Inspired by the world's leading organizations, we developed our own social impact model where we measure both social return on investment and financial one. The pictures that you see behind me were taken by hundreds of Venn members in Venn neighborhoods. They are all real, in hundreds of events and spaces. And Venn is operating now today in 3 neighborhoods, in Tel Aviv, in New York, and in Berlin. We love Berlin, and we love the people in Berlin, and we're going to invest a lot of millions of euros in Berlin in the coming years. And in 5 years from now, you will find Venn neighborhoods in more than 50 cities around the world, touching the lives of millions. We learn a lot from the people that we meet, from the neighbors and neighborhood, listening and respecting their stories. When we started, we said, if we build it, they will come. Today we know, if they build it, they will stay. Thank you very much for listening.